I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now.
Yeah.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now.
Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And then the lay from Boston.
Welcome back, Hoop fans. As the curtain rises on the WNBA's latest season, we're in for a show that's juicier than any soap opera. From the dominating presence of legends like Caitlin Clark to the chart-topping influence of Taylor Swift, the headlines are electric. But beneath the glitz and glamour, a gripping drama is unfolding in Chicago, a tale of rivalry, personal jabs, and locker room tension that could change the very fabric of the Chicago Sky and the league itself. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just tuning in, this season promises to be a roller coaster ride of emotion and excitement. Trust me, you don't want to miss this epic saga that's about to unfold. So, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us as we dive deep into the rivalries, drama, and unforgettable moments of the WNBA season. Because this is not just a game, it's a story worth telling. Let's jump in. To understand the gravity of the situation, we must first delve into the story of Kennedy Carter, a guard whose remarkable average of 17.5 points per game had her poised for a bright future. Despite her promising performance, the Chicago Sky made a baffling decision not to offer her a qualifying contract, leaving fans scratching their heads. What lay beneath the surface? Was it a mere business move, or were there deeper issues at play? Kennedy Carter, drafted by the Atlanta Dream in 2020, quickly made a name for herself with her explosive scoring ability and dynamic presence on the court. However, her journey was marred by controversy and suspension due to conduct that was deemed detrimental to her team. This experience, while a setback, seemed to be a pivotal moment in her career. The Chicago Sky took a gamble on her, one that initially seemed promising as she bounced back with solid performances, particularly during her stint in 2024, where she posted impressive stats and gained considerable recognition among fans and analysts. Yet, just as optimism began to build, the Sky inexplicably chose to sever ties with Carter. Imagine the frustration, working hard to improve and earn your place, only to be unceremoniously let go. Fans were irate, and the news sent shockwaves throughout the basketball community. Was this a cold business decision or a reflection of deeper-rooted issues within the organization? Speculations flowed freely. Carter's departure from the Sky was not merely a statistic on a website, it was a culmination of expectations, hopes, and the tension that had been bubbling beneath the surface. As the WNBA moves into a new era, the pressure on athletes to perform extends beyond the court. It also encompasses the politics of team dynamics and locker room culture. Fans who had seen Carter evolve feared that her release was a sign of dysfunction within a team that had already struggled with internal politics. Amidst this backdrop of uncertainty, Angel Reese, another prominent name in the league, decided to add fuel to the fire. Known for her fierce competitiveness and outspokenness, Reese had already established herself as a star. However, her cryptic social media post merely hours after Carter's release hinted at a rivalry that was bubbling just below the surface. Questions buzzed. Was she addressing Carter directly? Was this part of the greater drama unfolding in Chicago? Reese's commentary resonated with fans who know that off-court tensions can often overshadow on-court performances. This moment marked the beginning of an acrimonious back and forth that would transform the WNBA narrative from standard sports reporting into something akin to a dramatic reality series. Things escalated quickly. Carter, not one to back down, replied with a heated retort that hinted at Reese's struggles with layups, her shooting percentage hovering around a dismal 40%. It was an explosive moment that set the tone for a rivalry poised to ignite further controversy. The social media exchanges quickly became the talk of the town, as fans sifted through layers of meaning in every word. "Not everyone deserves your loyalty," Carter cryptically declared in a subsequent post. To whom was she referring? The Sky organization? Reese? This was no longer about basketball. It had turned personal and the rivalry was palpable. Analysing the social media dynamics, it's important to recognise how platforms like Twitter and Instagram play critical roles in professional sports today. Players are no longer just athletes, they are influencers with brands to maintain and narratives to shape. In this digital age, every tweet or post becomes a headline waiting to explode, and the emerging rivalry between Carter and Reese highlighted the delicate balance athletes must strike between competitiveness and professionalism. Here we saw Carter making a calculated response, challenging Reese's skills in a public forum, a bold tactic that many fans viewed as an intelligent blend of bravado and strategy. Yet as captivating as this back and forth was, it was also a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities that accompany public personas. At this revelation, we confront the real crisis beneath the polished facade of the Chicago Sky. While the world witnessed the public squabbles, a more distressing scenario was unfolding within the locker room. Reports indicated that the Sky had become a toxic environment, where favoritism ran rampant and locker room harmony had long since evaporated. Allegations surfaced that former coach Teresa Witherspoon showed preferential treatment toward Reese, further alienating other players who felt neglected or undervalued. It wasn't just Carter facing the wrath of the locker room. A culture fraught with dissent had gripped the team, creating divisions that began to spill out into public view. The sentiment among players was grave, with many feeling that their roles were secondary, mere supporting characters in Reese's narrative. Anecdotes likening the atmosphere to a reality TV show filled with scheming and backbiting painted a stark picture of dysfunction. This rising tide of discord indicated much more than just a simple disagreement. It was a full-blown crisis threatening the very identity of the Chicago Sky. Within that environment, Kennedy Carter had become a polarizing figure. Her talent was not in question, but her conduct off the court seemed to be a point of contention among teammates. Reports indicated that her approach to the game, while aggressive and goal-oriented, alienated some and provoked complaints that reached management. As interpersonal relationships began to sour, the Sky chose to cut ties with Carter swiftly rather than work through the issues. For many, the decision to let Carter go left them perplexed and disillusioned. How does one justify releasing a player who consistently puts up commendable numbers? The narrative began shifting from one player's individual journey to revealing the Sky's core issues, namely, how management handled the budding tensions and the apparent favoritism that alienated athletes. The fallout from Carter's departure and the ensuing drama had substantial implications for both the team and the league as a whole. No longer just a streak of losses, the Sky had to confront the deeper issues of culture and camaraderie that ran throughout the organization. If these issues were ignored, what would this mean for their ability to attract future talent? Free agents and rising stars tend to shy away from teams notorious for internal strife, and the Chicago Sky now stood on shaky ground, a precarious position that could make or break their franchise for years to come. Reports surfaced from players expressing their reluctance to join a squad plagued by discord, and the implications were clear. Performance might be abandoned if it's overshadowed by divisive locker room drama. Moreover, the broader dynamic of women's sports comes into play here. The evolution of the WNBA has been marked by increased visibility and a growing fan base. As teams vie for support and sponsorship, maintaining a healthy environment is crucial. The Chicago Sky found themselves in a unique position, where their internal struggles could determine the league's overall trajectory as it relates to attracting sponsors and fans alike. The gravity of this turmoil wasn't just logistical. It could redefine contract negotiations, impacting salaries, endorsement deals, and overall team dynamics in the years to come. Opposing teams observing the situation were undoubtedly taking notes, positioning themselves to capitalize on any weaknesses presented by the Sky. The Chicago Sky now finds themselves at a critical crossroads. Rebuilding isn't just about acquisitions and strategies. It involves a systemic overhaul of the team culture that has led to this disaster. For the organization to regain credibility and re-establish itself, it must focus on fostering an environment where synergy is prioritized over individual accolades. Leadership will play a crucial role in this transition. Moving forward, a strong central figure, be it a coach, manager, or veteran player, will need to step up, harnessing the power of unity and fostering collaboration. This involves being transparent and willing to communicate directly with players at all levels. If players feel their voices and needs are being heard, team chemistry may flourish, potentially diffusing the tensions that brought them down in the first place. As they re-evaluate their roster, there must be a concerted effort to instill a sense of common purpose. The players who have a genuine commitment to teamwork and growth should be prioritized. Rebuilding a positive culture won't happen overnight, but it can be achieved through consistency, dedication, and genuine connections forged between players. As for A'ja Reese, the pressure is on. If she seeks to be a prominent figure in the WNBA, she must find a way to overcome the scrutiny looming large in the aftermath of her public disputes with Carter. This is an important moment for Reese, leading with grace, refining her skills, and proving her worth beyond being a media sensationalist will dictate the next chapter of her career. The growing rivalry has potential, yet it must be channeled into something productive that elevates both players and the league. Conversely, Kennedy Carter possesses a unique opportunity to redefine her legacy. After showcasing her capabilities while playing abroad, she now has a chance to take control of the narrative and showcase her growth. If she's able to avoid drama and overly sensationalized moments, focusing instead on pure performance, she could emerge as one of the WNBA's most formidable players, an undeniable force showcasing the brilliance of women's basketball. As the Chicago Sky unwinds this tangled web of rivalry and chaos, one thing is clear: the drama in the WNBA is far from over. The impact of the actions taken in the coming months will resonate throughout the league, determining whether the Sky can rise from the ashes or continue their downward trajectory. Ultimately, the unfolding saga of Kennedy Carter, A'ja Reese, and the Chicago Sky serves as a microcosm for larger themes within women's professional sports, where talent, rivalry, and culture collide in an ever-evolving narrative. As audiences continue to tune in, the intersections of sports and drama will remain a headline-worthy theme, a reality show unfolding in real time, with the world watching eagerly to see what happens next. In this intricate drama, who do you think will emerge victorious? Will Carter prove to be the player Chicago regrets letting go, showcasing raw talent on a different platform? Or will Reese transcend the chaos and use this opportunity to define her legacy? As the season approaches, fans and analysts alike will keep a close watch, waiting to see how this dynamic plays out. This story, pregnant with both tension and opportunity, resonates on multiple levels, not just within sporting arenas, but within the societal conversations around women's empowerment, ambitious aspirations, and the journey towards personal growth. The drama, rivalry, and evolution within the WNBA remind everyone watching that the stakes are high, and the story is far from closed. In the coming months, expect an unpredictable saga where performance and personality overlap, with the potential to both inspire and challenge perceptions in women's basketball. The ball is set to roll. All eyes are on the court as we await the next chapter in the explosive tale of the Chicago Sky. The countdown begins. Who will rise, who will fall, and what thrilling developments lie ahead? Keep your eyes peeled, because the WNBA is just getting started, and so is this saga.